Sairam students, welcome back. Today we will be going to do the revision of our fourth lesson of geography, that is air pressure, and in today's session we are going to see whatever we have learned in the first three parts. Okay, so moving ahead, what did we learn first in air pressure? Okay, we learned that air has weight. Yes, through this experiment of the balloon, the balloon which was blown, so we learned that air has weight. So here we can see that two balloons are blown and they are being weighed on a scale, and in the picture below down you see there's a flat balloon. So once the balloon is burst, yes, the filled balloon, it moves, it has weight. Since it's having weight, it goes down. So this shows that air has weight. Yes, so it has weight. So accordingly we will be learning as to how this is related with the other factors which is responsible for air pressure. Okay, moving ahead. Now there are variations in air pressure. Yes, differences in air pressure. Now what would these differences be? Air pressure is not uniform at all places on the surface of the earth. Yes, like we have seen, according to the altitude, the air pressure changes according to your regions. Also the air pressure changes. The equatorial region, the temperate zone, the frigid zone, the air pressure changes. So air pressure is not uniform at all places on the surface of the earth. Next, air pressure keeps on changing from time to time. Fine. Then the altitude of a region, the temperature of the air and amount of water vapor in the air are some factors influencing air pressure. Yes, so which are those factors which are influencing air pressure? The altitude of a region and the temperature of the air and the amount of water vapor in the air are some factors influencing air pressure. Okay, going ahead. Now altitude of a region and air pressure. Altitude means height. Now what would be the relation, or what would cause the altitude of a region for the air pressure to rise or to decrease? Yes, to fall. Now height of an altitude or height of a region and air pressure, how would we discuss it? Now over here you can see, yes, low altitude you have high pressure and high altitude you have low pressure. So when you climb towards high altitude, see, when people go for mountaineering, I told this to you even in our second presentation also, so whereby the altitude of the region, it tells us that if you are going to increasing your scaling the mountains and all that, the air pressure decreases. Yes, at low plains your air pressure is high, whereas and when you start going at higher altitudes, the air pressure decreases. Yes, so high altitudes you have low air pressure, low altitudes you have high air pressure. Okay, so this is one factor for air pressure, isn't it? So it goes the high altitude, low air pressure, so the other way, and low altitude, high pressure. Fine. Now the second factor, air temperature and air pressure. Yes, so through this picture over here we can see, if it is cold, if your temperature is cold, you have high air pressure. If your temperature is warm, it is hot, you have low air pressure, isn't it? So you can see over here, yes, here we have cold, it is cool, so it is having high air pressure, and here we have warm, so it is having low air pressure. So this tells us that if a region which is close towards the equator, where we get the perpendicular sun rays, so over there the air pressure will be low, whereas you go up towards the polar regions, the air pressure will increase, it will have high air pressure. So accordingly the temperature of a region also depends upon influences the air pressure. In places where the summer seasons are very severe, over there you will have low air pressure. So if same place during winters where it is very cold, the high pressure will be less. So it differs not to the altitude but also from time to time. Fine. Then now based on this, there are pressure belts which are formed on the earth's surface. Now which are these air pressure belts? Here you can see, we have already learnt about it. We have 4 pressure belts: the equatorial low pressure belt, the mid latitudinal high pressure belt, the subpolar low pressure belts, and the polar high pressure belt. So these are the 4 pressure belts which you can find in both the hemispheres. Yes, in the northern hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere, and they range between different latitudes. Okay, so we'll have the first one, equatorial low pressure belt. So what is equatorial low pressure belt? You can see over here, this is the equatorial low pressure belt, and what is its where it spreads it is 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south latitudes. Yes, 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south latitude. So this is the equatorial low pressure belt. So within this region, the equatorial low pressure belt is formed. Yes, since it is close to the equator, the temperature is high, so the air pressure will be low. Yes, so that is why equatorial low pressure belt. Okay, then the second one, mid latitudinal high pressure belt. Your mid latitudinal high pressure belt. Where do we have these mid latitudinal high pressure belts? Yes, we have it over here, 25 to 35 degrees north and 25 to 35 degrees south latitudes, parallels. Yes, we have it in both the hemispheres. Mid latitudinal high pressure belt, you have it in 25 degrees to 35 degrees north parallels and 25 degrees to 35 degrees south parallels. So we have these pressure belts in both the hemispheres. Fine. These were the second type of pressure belts. Then we have the third one, subpolar low pressure belts. Now what are these subpolar? Where do we find these subpolar low pressure belts? Okay, we find them over here. Yes, 55 to 65 degrees north and 55 to 65 degrees south. Yes, so we find even all the pressure belts, we find it in both the hemispheres. So over these regions, low pressure belt, so subpolar low pressure belts over here, we find it's spreading between 55 degrees to 65 degrees north parallels and 55 to 65 degrees south parallels. Fine. Then the next is polar high pressure belts. Obviously climate is very cold, so you will have high pressure over there. Yes, that is, it ranges up to, yes, it ranges, see this very small portion. Yes, very small portion. So it ranges up to 80 degrees to 90 degrees. 80 degrees to 90 degrees in both the hemispheres. 80 degrees to 90 degrees in both the hemispheres. These polar high pressure belts are formed. Okay, children? Fine. So 4 types of pressure belts we learnt: equatorial low pressure belts, mid latitudinal high pressure belts, subpolar low pressure belts, and polar high pressure belts. Fine. Now moving ahead, oscillation of pressure belts. Okay, the duration and oscillation means how there will be the variations. Okay, the duration and intensity of sun rays varies during particular periods of the year in both the hemispheres. As a result, the location of the temperature zones and the pressure belts depend on the sun's heat also vary. Okay, so what happens, duration and intensity of sun rays. So see, during summer times you have the daytime is longer compared to the night, so the duration of the sun rays is more and the intensity is also high because it's very hot. And otherwise in winter season you have bigger nights, longer nights and smaller days. So it over here also the air pressure will vary, and also the the location of the temperature zones and the pressure belts depends on the sun's heat also vary, because some places you will get perpendicular sun rays, in some places you will get it slanting. Yes, isn't it? So accordingly the pressure belts, yes, the air pressure, it keeps on changing. Is it? Then this change is in the order of 5 degrees to 7 degrees towards north in Uttarayan and 5 degrees to 7 degrees south in Dakshinayan. So this is called oscillation of pressure belt. So it keeps changing towards the north and also towards the south. That is from 5 degrees to 7 degrees north in Uttarayan and 5 degrees to 7 degrees south in Dakshinayan. So what is all this process called? This is called as the oscillation of pressure belts. Fine. Now what are the effects of air pressure? Origin of winds, generation of storms, convectional type of rain, and it affects breathing activity too. So air pressure has effects on these 4 things: origin of winds, generation of storms, convectional type of rain, and it also affects breathing activity. Fine. Now though it affects breathing activity, we have an activity for us to be solved over here. What we are going to do is we are going to observe the figure and answer the question. This is the figure which we have already seen, the various pressure belts. Okay, now let's see what's our first question. At what parallels do we find the polar high pressure belt? Where do we find it? The polar high pressure belt. Where do we find it? We find it over here, isn't it? Yes, we find them over here. So where is it? 80 degrees to 90 degrees? Parallels, yes. So what will our answer be? 80 degrees to 90 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. Fine. Next one. Which pressure belts do we find at 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south parallels? This you can answer even without looking at the diagram. Yes, 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south. Very good. It is the equatorial low pressure belts. These pressure belts are formed in 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south parallels. Moving ahead. In which pressure belts do we have most of the deserts? Which pressure belts? Most of the hot desert. Mid-latitudinal high pressure belts. We have most of the hot deserts in the mid-latitudinal high pressure belts. And at what parallels do we find subpolar low pressure belts? We have to tell them the latitudinal extent of these subpolar low pressure belts. And what is it? It is 55 degrees to 65 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. 55 to 65 degrees we have subpolar low pressure belts. Okay, so we have equatorial low pressure belts in 5 degrees to north and 5 degrees south parallels. Then we have mid-latitudinal high pressure belts from 25 degrees to 35 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. Then we have the subpolar low pressure belts from 55 degrees to 65 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres, and the polar high pressure belts in 80 degrees to 90 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres. Yes, so these are the things which we have learnt in our lesson number 4 of geography, air pressure. We learned that air has weight. We also learned that air pressure changes, it differs, it varies according to its location and also according to the from time to time as well. And the factors which affect air pressure are the temperature of a place and the amount of water vapor present in the air and the altitude of the region. Yes, so over there we saw, and we also saw the pressure belts formed on the earth's surface and the effects of air pressure on the environment as well as human life. Fine, I hope you have understood this, children. Fine, so next we will be coming ahead with our new lesson. Till then, Sai Ram, stay safe, goodbye.